Yay Media Group.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Spill the Beans podcast.
Happy end of the week and happy summer to most of you guys. If you go to school, if you graduated, congratulations to all of our grads. And guys, I did want to say this because this is going to be kind of a life update podcast, but yesterday we had, I'm kind of getting a little ahead of myself, but we had a little soft launch for our food truck. And tell me why 3 girls came in, 1 with straight A's and 2 with A's and B's. No, 2 with straight A's and 1 with A's and B's. And I was like, they're in college, you know? I was like, what the heck, girl? Like,
one of them was in high school.
Oh, yeah, one of them was in high school. I was like, wow, like, shout out to all the students out there. Honestly, guys, you guys are killing it. And
especially right now because it's finals.
Yeah.
This is the week of finals. Today's Tuesday. So the girls started finals Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
So those grades are legit because, when people start showing me grades like in the middle or the beginning, you know, blah, 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 like not too beginning. We're not dumb either, you know, but everyone has A's at the beginning. But like the fact that she had straight A's and A's and B's, the rest of the girls finals week, like that is crazy.
Yeah, so we're so proud of you, and we hope that you guys have a great and amazing start to your summer. I feel like this summer is going to be so busy for us because actually right now, as you're listening to this, we're getting ready to leave and head out on our first road trip, and it's going to be more than 10 hours, which is actually kind of insane and crazy and all the above. But
yeah, I'm excited. Honestly, like when I know I have to, like I hate driving, but when I know that like it's just gonna be like, don't expect anything.
Yeah, no
like
expectations.
Llegamos cuando lleguemos.
Yeah,
I'm stopping by at every gas station, every lookout scene, like
when you have kids, you can't have expectations for literally not even the trip to the grocery store, girl, because they be surprising you. But yeah, guys, so God willingly, we will be in California this weekend having so much fun with my family. It's a little surprise for them that we did last month, and then a little after school before like start of summer trip before we get into a crazy few months, I would say. Yeah,
I think it's going to be amazing because it's obviously my cuñadas and my suegra's first time going to Disneyland.
Yeah.
I think that's always been a dream of like every person. I feel like buy your mama a house, retire mama, and then take your mama to Disneyland.
Yeah, like that is your top 3.
Yeah. Yeah. So I feel like Blanca being able to do this, well, both of us being able to do this is so special. Yeah. I feel like I'm so excited, and I don't mind the 16-hour drive because it's when like you see a cool TikTok and then you're showing your friend and like you're waiting for their reaction. Like that's how I am with your family. Like I can't wait for them to experience it.
Like we're going to get to see the magic through their eyes.
Yeah, through their eyes. Yeah.
And it's so crazy. Like how Jonathan put it the other day, he's like, we're just their form of transportation and their credit card. Like they're going there and experiencing everything. We have something planned every day to go and explore. It's like I feel like it's their first day in their first trip to California where it's truly just vacation. No, I don't have. Well, I do have one event, but
you do have an event.
I don't have like. It's not. I had the event because I was going there. I'm not going there for the event and then we'll just head off to Disney. No. Like this was for Disney and coincidentally this event landed on the same week. And yeah, we're so excited. You guys have to catch up with us. Most of our raw content for sure is going to be on Snapchat because girl, Instagram, I have some beef with Instagram. I don't know why they have been shadow banning creators' Instagram stories. Like if you start posting a lot, you go shadow banned. Like nobody wants to see anything anymore. So I'm back on Snapchat and I feel like safe there because it's not as many people as on Instagram.
Like I don't know what it is about Snapchat, but you don't have to edit. You don't have to like you record something and press post.
Just vibes.
Yeah. You can't do that on it. Like I don't know. Instagram's a little bit more formal.
And you know how like Instagram has a close friends? Snapchat feels like that. Like they're my close friends. Only they get to see like this side of me. Like the other day I filmed a Snapchat and Franco was crashing out outside because he was like screaming. Like I would never post this anywhere else, but like Snapchat feels safe, you know? So yeah, guys, most of the raw content out there, of course, you'll see all the content. I'm so nervous and excited because, I wanted to pick this. I wanted to pick your brain about this, and maybe you can tell me. But this is how I usually am. Like, you didn't watch the podcast with my mom, right?
No.
So at the end of the podcast, my mom brings out a letter that she writes me because she can't express herself, like, without putting it all on paper first. And everyone was like, why didn't she cry? Like, she's so fake. Why didn't she cry? Yeah. And I just wanted to address this with you guys because thankfully I'm blessed enough that this wasn't the first time my mom poured her heart out to me. Yeah. You know, like, my mom has written me endless amount of letters, text messages every time it's my birthday, Mother's Day, anything special. Like, she writes her heart out to me, so it's not like I was listening to her pour her heart out to me for the first time. So I was emotional, but I wasn't gonna start bawling, you know. And another reason was because it was my first podcast all in Spanish with my mom, and I was really nervous. So I was just trying to keep my calm posture, you know, and I feel like I did pretty good. It was kind of professional of me not to start bawling. And
you laugh when you get
and
nervous.
I freaking crack up. Like, you guys saw when I found out I was pregnant with Blanca, I was cracking up. When I found out she was a girl, I was just cracking up. So if I'm nervous or emotional, I start laughing. But if I'm like emotionally sad, then that's when I'm literally screaming, crying, throwing up. So I just wanted to address that. But that's how I am, right? Like, when people pour their heart out to me,
like, if your mom was giving you bad news, you would be crying.
Yeah.
But it's a happy thing for you.
Yeah, I was super happy. Like, I know I'm blessed to have an amazing mom that literally takes time out of her day to write me a letter and then say it to me on the podcast, you know?
Well, I think she wrote it a while ago, and then we didn't want to, or was that the one she wrote for both of us? And then we didn't want to read it?
No.
Remember, she was like, tengo una carta aquí para ustedes. And I was like, hell no, I ain't reading that.
Yeah, it's a lot to get emotional like that. Like, my mom just shows her love language in acts of service. And, like, when you start bringing words out of her like that, then it's really hard not to just start crying. But mostly every time she gives me a letter, I read it by myself in a dark room so no one sees my reaction.
Yeah, it's very important to, like, acknowledge love languages, not just with your spouse, but with your family.
Yeah.
I feel like it can, like, make you appreciate the world a little bit better. Like, for example, I don't know if you guys can hear this. I don't think so, but the noise outside, like, my dad is literally, like, getting the spot where we're going to have JJ's Buns and Drums inauguration ready for. And he's doing that all, like, he's in the machine, but, like, it's out in the sun for free technically. And just, like, he could be doing other stuff around the house, but, like, he's also an acts of service type of guy. So I feel like a lot of people could be like, ay, pues mi papá nunca me ha dicho que está orgulloso de mí, o mi papá nunca me ha dicho que me ama. But he's out here doing all this so that my business that I started can do better and just be better, you know what I mean? So really just look around, you guys, before you say, my mom doesn't love me, my wife doesn't love me, my husband doesn't love me. Are you just not seeing it the way you want to see it or feel loved? And I'm not saying you should put up with it, right? Like, let's say my love language was words of affirmation. Then now I also have to tell my dad, hey, Dad, I appreciate you doing all this labor for me, but you can also tell me you love your son. Luckily, I don't need that, right? So it works out for both of us, our dynamic. But in case I did, like,
you have to communicate. Yeah. But I just wanted to address that because I'm like, wait, this is kind of normal for my mom to, like, spill her heart out to me, you know?
Yeah, to a lot of people, if it's not, then they'll be like, whoa, we were expecting something crazy.
Yeah. No, and then my mom's love language is, like, words of affirmation, you know? Like, if she cooks us up a dinner, we're like, Mom, this is so delicious, the best dinner you've ever made. And, like, she literally glows of joy, you know? So, guys, figure out your family's love language and make sure that you're practicing it. Just wanted to address that before we get into the podcast. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Mental health awareness is growing, but there's still progress to be made. 26% of Americans that participated in a recent survey say that they have avoided seeking mental health support due to fear of judgment. When people hesitate to get help, it doesn't just affect them. It actually impacts entire communities, families, and workplaces. This Mental Health Awareness Month, let's encourage everyone to take care of their well-being and break the stigma. The world is better when people are healthy and happy. I choose therapy because it feels like I have a best friend, but they are actually unbiased, so I'm always excited to get their point of view on my struggles. BetterHelp has over 10 years of experience matching people with the right therapist from their diverse network of more than 30,000 licensed therapists with a wide range of specialties. BetterHelp is fully online, making therapy affordable and convenient, serving over 5 million people worldwide. Easily switch therapists anytime at no extra cost. We're all better with help. Visit betterhelp.com/spillthebeans today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/spillthebeans. You want to start, babe?
With what?
With your little, well, not little, but like huge side project that you've been doing. Because this is kind of the first time you talk about it outside of the video.
Yeah.
That you uploaded.
Guys,
because, sorry, I'm going to cut you off, but the video made it look so beautiful. Butterflies and roses.
Shit.
Like, it made it look like, this was easy. Like, it was a lot of time, but it was easy. But it was not easy. And I guess, like, what many of you don't know is how much blood, sweat, tears, money was, like, poured into this, you know?
Yeah.
So I guess we'll just go in a little bit deeper and let you guys know what the heck Jonathan's been up to for a few months.
Been up to, guys. I want to start this rant by saying that I have the most supportive and beautiful wife in the whole world, because honestly, it does take a village to make like one person's dream come true, you know, because I want to say I do all this by myself, but Blanca might not be there on the laptop or carrying the heavy generator or doing like things, but the fact that I'm still a dad and I still feel bad leaving my kids all day to go pursue like a dream of mine, but she's there taking care of them, you know? Sometimes I've left the house super early in the morning to go do inspections and work, and I come home like, and the kids are already put to sleep or whatever because I had to go do something else in the afternoon later that day. And like, she doesn't complain like, oh, well, I put the kids down to sleep. Oh, well, I showered them, like what you do, you know? Like, so I feel like that is just as much help as if she was actually, like yesterday, she was actually taking orders and doing social media for the business. So shout out to you, babe.
Thanks, babe.
But with that being said, guys, yeah, I've always wanted to start a little like wing business, and I finally did it. I don't know how. I mean, we kind of said in the
it
video.
Just stemmed from for the longest time, Jonathan's dream has been to own or to sell wings out of anywhere. He didn't know if it was a restaurant right away, a food truck, a freaking pop-up shop. Like you didn't know. You just knew you wanted to sell wings, and wings are his passion.
Tell the story and I'll kind of fill in the blank because you're a better storyteller.
Yeah, Jonathan's passion is wings. Like we worked at Buffalo Wild Wings for years together, and not once did he come to me and he was like, "Damn, like I'm tired of eating wings." Like he is a wing connoisseur.
And you know Mexican families, they were like, I don't remember who exactly, mis tías or my mom or my dad, they always knew I loved wings. And un día cuando empecé ese trabajo at Peter, they're like, vas a ver si te van a seguir buscando,
te vas a cansar.
gustando, you know, te vas a cansar. Nope.
No.
Every night I would take wings home.
And everyone that knows him, he's like, damn, bro, dejas los huesos bien limpiecitos. Like everyone cracks up and laughs and like loves how Jonathan eats wings, because you can tell it's not even just the sauce, it's the chicken, it's the ranch, everything that has to do with the wing plate is his favorite thing. If I could eat the
bones, I would.
We go and anywhere and everywhere he's ordering wings, and it's not just to like, oh, I love wings, so I'm like, I'm gonna try this, oh, this all sounds cool, oh, this is cool. He's just trying to find a wing place, and he doesn't really have or has found a wing place that gives everything to him, you know. So this is what he wanted to open. And ever since I can remember, he was like, well, I really want to own a wing place. I want to sell one day. It wasn't like, oh, when I'm 26, I'm going to sell wings. So I'm like, okay, like I just had it in the back of my head, because obviously with whatever Jonathan has done, like I support him fully. And I think that every time he would talk to us about it, we'd be like, yeah, do it. Yeah, do it. You got it. Do it. But when he talked to my brother, he was like, okay, like, let's do it. Like, what are you waiting for? Yeah. And I think that was a push that he needed, like a partner that was as passionate as you about food. Yeah. And I'm not passionate about food. Like I'll eat it, but I'm not like, oh, this wing sauce and this ranch. No, like I'm just like, I'll eat the food. So he needed someone to push him on that side, you know, someone that loves food and that loves making it. And Jonathan, he knew from the start, he's like, I need to make these from scratch, the ranch, the sauces. And then how did you even come about the burgers?
Well, I feel like a food truck with just wings, like, was going to be like a little hard. Yeah. Like I wanted to give people variety. Options. Just in case, like, I knew our supporters would be the first ones to show up. In case someone doesn't like chicken, or there's always like a burger option.
Yeah. And also, I think that looking around town and seeing every other food truck, there isn't a wing and a burger option. It's tacos, hot dogs, whatever. So it's like you don't want to go into food trucks and then be competition right away. You know, like you want to do something for yourself that was going to just speak by itself. So he had my brother, and my brother's so passionate. He's been a chef for over a decade. He loves making everything. So together they made this freaking menu that we're like, damn, like how do you even come up with all of this? Or, you know, like how do you make these sauces? Like who even understands that like flavor palette, you know? Because we're just used to a classic cheeseburger and some buffalo wings. But this menu is handcrafted beautifully, guys. So yeah, I think that that's the push Jonathan needed. Because literally, like the next day, he was already looking for a food truck, a trailer to pull. And I don't know. Do you want to go in a little bit about that? Because I feel like it's such a weird and amazing feeling knowing that you're investing your hard-earned money into something that you've been dreaming about for years. You know?
Yeah, I feel like when you have a dream, like I feel like God puts dreams in you, like aspirations for a reason. So once you start doing them, guys, obviously it's not all sunshine and rainbows, and we'll go into that. But it's like when you like want to get like an animal and you leave like little bits of like snacks like in the movie so they come out of the hole. Like God will leave those little pieces, even though you might be nervous or scared to come out that hole. Like He'll leave them, so it'll be like, oh. This like, so basically, long story short, when I started looking for food trailers on Facebook, I had a budget, you know, and then, but I also like what I needed and stuff. And like, Blanca's not even exaggerating. I think the second day of looking, I run into that trailer that I bought, and it looks like, it just sticks out like a sore thumb, because todas las otras trailers que están vendiendo, or food trucks, like the actual truck, super dirty, like they've been used, they've been run down,
used and abused,
like the floor's all greasy, the walls all greasy and like brown, and you know, all that bad stuff, and they just looked worn out. And I see this one, I see that the ground is like bright silver from like the food grade metal that they use like in real restaurants and stuff. The trailer looks nice, it's double wheeled, which is really good, puede con más weight. It looks just really clean, and I'm like, for the price, and I was like, whoa, that's in my budget, like I'm gonna go look at it. So then I go look at it, I meet the owner, Guillermo, shout out to Guillermo. Like super, like he just gives that like warm Mexican dad vibe, like when you meet him. Seems super good, had everything like in the file, no sketchy vibes. And he told me, he's like, I bought this trailer for my wife, you know, she wanted to do tacos and stuff, pero se enfermó, so she can't continue the business. So everything's basically brand new. Everything passed inspection already here in Denver, which is one of the hardest counties to do it in. And everything is new. Like he showed me the fridge, like our big fridge. It still had the sticker on it, like this, you know, the little sticker that is really like appealing to peel off. What's that word? Really satisfying to peel off. That it still had that plastic de lo nuevo que estaba. And then I was like, oh shit. So I went to look at it, and then I was like, yo, si me la guarda para mañana, like mañana, I think it was like, it was already past basically bank hours. I was like, si me la guarda para mañana vengo y la compro. And he's like, ¿de veras? And I was like, sí, de veras. And then it was so funny porque esa misma vez que yo fui a mirarla, when I went to see the food truck, another family pulled up to see it. But because in the description it says like this amount of cash, or you trade like he really needed like a truck or something. So like a truck and cash. So then he had to go, he's like, oh, sigue mirándola, voy a ir a ayudarle a esta gente. So he went to go see the truck that the guy wanted to trade in. Obviously, like I know a little bit about trucks. It wasn't the best truck, you know. So I was like, so when he came back, I was like, ¿qué? Oiga, se la va a vender a ellos? He's like, no, ¿cómo crees? ¿Tú la quieres? And I was like, sí. Like, so I was like, yeah, sure enough. I came back the next morning with my suegro's truck, my suegro and Joe, because I wanted Joe to see it, make sure everything was in there that we needed. And it was, and I bought the food trailer, guys. And like, I think I hadn't even registered. Oh, I did that. Like, me apresuré, and I rushed to buy the trailer because I told Blanca, babe, as soon as I buy this freaking trailer, there's no more procrastinating. There's no more like backing out.
There's no looking back. Like you have to.
Like I have to do this business, you know? So then I was like, that's the push I need. Like, I need to buy this shit and know that it's in my driveway, you know? So I bought it and boom, right away. LLC, all this registration, stuff like that. And yeah, what else?
Inspections, names, logos. Jonathan was every single night put the kids to bed and he was working on this trailer and the logo and the colors and everything. And for the first time, I would say, because he's done a lot of things that like off his bucket list, you know, like starting Vibin, making our private foundation, offering free therapy. Like there's things that he really wanted to do in his life, but this is like his passion, you know, like I've never seen you so passionate about anything other than this ever. So seeing him like go through all of that, I'm like, damn, like this guy's for real. Like after he bought the trailer, I was like, all right, like he has to make this work, because he's already invested so much time and money and effort and, you know, a headache. So yeah, I mean, looking at from the outside in, it was amazing to see. Except I feel like a lot of people don't understand the frustrations. I mean, you went through a lot that you're probably not saying, because I
just don't want to sound like it's all about me, you know?
Yeah, and I feel like also there's so many things that people don't know, because not everyone's gonna hold your hand and walk you through a process, you know, like you had to figure everything out by yourself. And I'm just so thankful. And it's so crazy, because who would have thought, you know, like my brother was gonna be your partner in this, you know?
Yeah.
Because my brother, he loves cooking and everything, but we never knew like this would bring us together like that. And I mean, my brother I've always loved him. It's always been he's been an amazing brother, like growing up and stuff. But like to see this come to life is crazy to me. And who would have known that his passion was going to bring this together too? Like just his knowledge, like he's been in the restaurant business for years, and the knowledge he has, like, is things that we don't even, like, we know cross-contamination. We know, like, oh, you have to clean, you have to do this, you have to do that. But Joe, like, knows, like, oh, you can't use that, or you can't do this, or no, we can't serve that, you know? So it's really nice, because it's like Jonathan has the mission. He has everything, like, logistically, like, business-wise. And then Joe's like, all right, but this is how you run, like, the food in the kitchen, you know? So
we
like
make the perfect
team. And I'm the marketing girl. Like, we make the perfect team.
I think like this was also a push, because I feel like I really like the influencers that, you know, when they start making money and stuff like they do something with it, you know?
Or at least they try. Because another thing too is like, we got, you know, it's not all just sunshine and butterflies and rainbows. We got a few comments that are like, girl, like, why don't you just focus on one business? And they kind of sting a little bit, because I guess what many people don't understand is that when you're young is when you should be trial and erroring, you know? Like, thankfully we're like, fortunate enough to trial and error, but you're going to try until something is going to, what is going to be your legacy, like what you're going to leave behind. So it's like, yeah, we tried Vibin, we have this. The influencing world is my passion, like this is my dream, but Jonathan needs to try something for himself too, you know? And this is like setting up our kids' future. Like it's so much that goes into it. So it's just nice to see like when other people are like, oh, I love when influencers do this, and not why aren't you just sticking to one business, you know?
Yeah, I feel like, and it's also, I don't know exactly what the term is, but I saw some lady on TikTok. I think she's the first Latina billionaire, and they were like interviewing her on her yacht, and it's like, what do you do? She's like, I'm a serial business addict. She basically is a billionaire from having 15 different businesses. She's like, I'm addicted to opening businesses. Like, I enjoy it. Like, I love the thrill of opening a new LLC. And I'm like, wow, like that's me. Like, and Vibin right now is at a point where it's like its own little thing. Like, I don't have to micromanage it anymore. We have my sister managing it. And because we care so much about the quality of Vibin, our shirts take a long time to get here, guys. Like, people that have bought Vibin, you can attest to this. And if you're thinking about buying Vibin, buy a shirt so you can let us know. We don't get like normal $3, $4, $5 shirts, guys, that like Gildan or Port or whatever. Like, our shirts are really good material, tie-dye material, like rough, sometimes cut up material. Distressed is the right word. And each shirt costs like sometimes in the double digits, guys. Whereas like other places are getting shirts for maybe $2, $3, stamping something on it and selling it. Like, our shirts cost more than some people's all overhead fees together. And then on top of that, we still screen print, which is even more expensive than anything
more time
else.
consuming.
And more time consuming. So it's like Vibin right now, if you don't see it selling, it's not because we're ignoring it or it's on the back burner. We're literally waiting for our shirts to get here. Right now, our shirts got here, they're printing, which take 10 to 14 days on top of that. So it's like right now, Vibin is at a point where it's like, it's jolly. It's doing its own little thing. It's already like, it can do its own thing now. So it's not like I went and started a wing business and I'm going to neglect Vibin. Like, no. My sister posts on social media every day for Vibin or every other day. And when we have the shirts and we have the material, we'll do launches. And then we'll post when people don't want to be anonymous. I can post, like testimonies and ways that therapy has helped them. Unfortunately, right now, I don't want to have to go to like, well, we're only going to help you if you're going to be on social media. Like, that would be fucked up. Like, that to me is like, hey, I'm going to take advantage of your trauma and your need for therapy. So let me put you on social media so I can market myself like that. So people know that I'm actually helping other people. Like, no, like Vibin wants to help everyone. And right now we're just going in order of application. So unfortunately, I would say 97% of people don't want to be on social media because of physical abuse, emotional abuse, sexual abuse. Makes sense. So Vibin's doing its own thing. So when people say focus on one business, like, girl, like, but this wing thing is like one of my 10. It's the top one. Like Blanca said, nothing beats this dream that will one day hopefully turn into a restaurant. But girl, I want to open a business for detailing aircrafts one day, like detailing planes, like not cars. I want to detail planes one day. Like, that's just one. So when you see that open, freaking planes detailing LLC, Jonathan, whatever, like, don't be surprised. Okay. So.
Yeah, and I guess we just like to open up about this just to tell you guys, because obviously we weren't getting mean comments, like we wouldn't be spilling the beans about our businesses and how businesses work, and to each their own. Like, there's amazing businesses out there that do other things, that buy from other places, but we're just letting you know how Vibin runs, and unfortunately for me, I'm a very picky girl when it comes to my t-shirts, and I will not go to get any other shirt except for the ones that we've already loved for so long, especially because I wash them, I overwash them, they don't shrink, and the screen printing doesn't go away. And why do I love that? Because I passionately sell it, and not once has someone come to me and been like, well, my shirt is ruined. The only time people say my shirt is ruined, I need another one, is when they're like, it's because I cleaned it and it has bleach on it, so that is like just a little insight on our Vibin company, because she's amazing, she's thriving, and just the fact that we have an employee full-time and she can that it's running itself, that's amazing. And Jonathan is doing this and he's gonna run it himself. Well, not himself, but it's like his passion,
like it's
what you are,
like
what you wake up to every
what's
day.
the word? It's prideful. No, when you're proud of yourself, like, what's that word? Proud? Like, it feels really nice, guys, that Vibin, like I'm just gonna like show boast a little bit, because I think it's healthy. Like, that thing that they say you have to cry every once in a while. It's good for yourself, right? It's good for your body to release all this. I think it's also good to hype your shit up every once in a while, because being humble, or like, not humble, like, that's not the right word. Like, I don't want to come off as an asshole either, but I feel like a lot of people can step on influencers. Oh, you doing this? They can talk shit. But the moment we want to do it back, oh my God, ya se cree mucho, es bien creído. I knew it this whole time. Siempre fue creído. But no, so it's good. Like, just like you're supposed to cry every once in a while, it's good to hype your shit up. Like, who else can say, like, me as a brother, like, I employ my sister full time. It's Vibin helps my sister pay for her college and to have her dream car, which is a Jeep. Like, my sister tiene un Rubicon right now. Like, ella se cree mucho, anda para arriba, para abajo. And like, she's such a good like person. She's a good daughter. She's a good aunt. She's a good, student. Sister. She wants to be a baby delivery nurse. What's that word? I don't know. Baby nurse, that's what I call her one day. So she and she does not 1 ounce her hair want to be on social media at all.
Ever. So no, she will not come on the podcast. So we are protecting her.
Like, hype her shit up. Like, if you have a plumbing business, your husband has a landscaping business, like, it's not easy, guys, and how hard it is to run your own business. But unfortunately, that's the only way out of the matrix. So
Yeah. All that to say, this is Jonathan's true passion, and we're so excited to be right there and support him through and through. I mean, like we said, he's poured so much into this, and finally, I think the day that you got the wrap done, you're like, oh shit, like this is for real. Like I
was really nervous.
We were pulling it home, and he's like, look, everyone's staring. Like, what is that weird place that's opening in Longmont? And it was funny too, because we have really amazing neighbors. And yeah, one of our neighbors is like, yeah, you're the talk of the neighborhood right now. Like, what is he opening? When is he opening it? You know? So it's like really, really nice to know that we are like, what is that? It's not a statistic or whatever, but we're adding to the Hispanics that are trying to make it out, you know?
And luego, the one thing I've taken the most from this, guys, is like, I'm a man. I speak English and Spanish. I'm healthy. I can be active, move up and down. I have resources, both financially, thank God, and like that I've met. So when I see this old Mexican couple, maybe they have a limp because they've worked all their life and they're slightly older. They have gray hair, no hablan inglés, and they have all their permits and they're running their food truck. Like,
incredible.
I'm like, Dios los bendiga, you know, shout out to them. And I know you guys listening that might have family members like that. Like, wow, like that's it. Like all these, like I told Blanca, sometimes I come home and I'm tired and she's like, oh my God. And she's trying to like make me feel better. I'm like, nah, like I can do this. Like I might be physically tired. I might have blown my back out or whatever, but with the generator
which he has like 4 times.
Yeah, loading up this 360 pound generator when it's full with gas. But you got over here Doña Esperancita or Doña, you know, Concepcion doing it all by herself. And ella no se agüita, she's doing it to provide for her family. And so it's like, wow, like shout out to them. They're the real MVP because they came to this country and like, who tells them, who translates the permits, who translates all that shit? Exactly. That's hard for me, you know?
Exactly. So shout out to every single one of you that has opened your own business, because you know, like you understand how hard it is. Before we had a business, I was just skipping on through life. Now that we have a few businesses, I'm like, God damn, girl, like who is doing this? Because you are brave. So yeah, it's just so insane to see the bravery in Jonathan and opening all of this, because I mean, sometimes, you know, you've had your downs when you're like, oh, shit, is this worth it? Is this going to work out? And obviously for me, I'm very optimistic. So I'm like, hell yeah, like this is going to work out and it's going to be the talk of the town. And just like he said, like you have to hype yourself up, whether it's to your friends, your coworkers, whatever, to yourself in the mirror, literally just say like, you're going to do good and fuck what everybody thinks, basically. Yeah. Blanca, and that goes with everything. Yeah.
Blanca and Joe are very different in many ways, but the one thing they are similar is they're very like glasses half full, you know? And I'm a very glasses half empty, like extremely.
He's glasses fully empty.
Like I'm going to knock that shit over. It's half. I'm not even going to drink it. That's how bad I am. But I was talking to your mom this morning when you were upstairs, I think, getting ready or something. And I was like, it's really nice having Joe there as my head chef, as a business partner, because like when everything was said and done last night, I was looking at all the negatives, like, like we could have done this better, the time, we could have done this better, blah, blah, blah. And then he was like, he's like golden doodle energy, you know, or golden retriever energy. He's like, golden retriever. I thought it went well. Like a Monday, last minute notice, we parked in this little park that's nowhere near traffic, and we sold out almost of all our inventory. And like, he's like, we did really good. And I'm like, you know what? Like, if he wasn't like that, and say I was working with someone just like me, ¿dónde estaríamos? Pudriéndonos en un hole because everything that was wrong or whatever was emphasized times 2 now. But luckily, I'm working with this guy that like just sees, like he came home, took out his dog Rocky, and like they petted each other like they'd never seen each other ever in their life. And I was like, wow, like. And like that TikTok, this is what it's about. You know,
this
like
is what it's all about.
Joe was so happy about the launch, and then he came home to Rocky, and like he took him on a long walk, and I'm over here like I was stressed because of this and that, blah 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 blah. And it's like, wow, like, you know.
Yeah, I guess every person's different, and it's nice like it's crazy because I've never interacted with my brother so much than I have like these past couple of months. But I'm like, damn, we really are the same person because I see how he talks even to his partner, and I'm like, oh my god, like you're the same. And he sees like he has moments and has had moments where he is like down in the freaking rocks and he's struggling, but every single time yesterday when I would say something negative, he's like, nah, bro, like, it's fine. We're just backed up a little bit.
Never once did he
it's fine. Look, do this.
Flustered, upset. No. And like, I like, this is like, you're leading up to that.
Yeah.
But he already mastered it. He'll say no.
Yeah.
Like, I know that you don't like something. Like, let's say I show you something, right?
Yeah.
A design for Vibin. This has happened multiple times, guys. I show Blanca a design that I made for Vibin. And I can tell I've been married to my honey for 11 years. No le encaja 100%. And Blanca, like she said, if it's not 100%, she's not going to sell it. So there I go. I make samples for the shirt. I make 20, 30, 40 shirts. I'm like, babe, are you sure? I'm going to start printing them.
All right, you're
all the way to... What are those shirts right there? How many are there right there that have never seen the light of day? Exactly. She gives me the green light to the point where I'm about to press the freaking ready to sell button or whatever. Tell the world we have these shirts. Well, babe, I think that it's because blah, blah, blah. And that's her way of saying no. And I'm like, wow, baby. Like, desde el principio, si me hubieras dicho que no. Like, we save all this money and all this time. And she's like, well, I don't want to hurt your feelings, blah, blah, blah. Okay, babe, but you need to understand that, like, hurt my feelings, but we save all this money.
Well, that's how I used to be. And now, like, I'm like, no, we're selling this in this color. Yeah, you're getting better.
Yeah. But Joe yesterday, like, or ever since I started working with him, it's no right away.
Yeah.
Like, when you brought those wings yesterday, that we ran out of wings, guys, so Blanca went to get more wings, but it was the 3-piece wings. And me, for a quick solution, it's like, just for today, al cabo, like, whatever, like, let's just fill in the 3-piece wings. Like, no one's going to notice. Next time for the real inauguration, we'll make sure we have our real wings enough so we don't have to get these. And he was like, eran 3 cartuchas así de pollo. Like, it had been, what, like $60 at Safeway? And then he was like, no. Like, no, I'm not going to. He's like, we're not going to confuse our customers. We're not going to sell this temporarily. Like, I think we should just either stop selling or you go where you've got your first wings. And you bring more, you don't, like, we're not going to sell these. And I was like, I was pissed. I was like, what the fuck, Joe? Like, I'm telling you. And then, but then later on, cuando ya, like, voy traigo the original wings. And I'm like, I'm glad he's like that because he doesn't like to cut corners.
No,
he has a passion for food.
Especially with this. Yeah. Not one corner you can cut with him at all. Prices wise, ingredients wise, like, you cannot bring him the wrong kind of cheese because he ain't putting it on his burger.
Like, let me tell you guys a funny ass story. Like, because I'm the type to cut corners because I'm a businessman, so I want things to be done as quickly as possible. How Bill Gates said, if I have to hire an employee, I'm going to hire the laziest one because he'll find a way to do it the fastest. Obviously, that doesn't apply to everything, but it's a quote from Bill Gates.
¿Sabes por qué? Porque como dice mi mamá, el huevón trabaja doble.
But so then one day I wanted to test out our sink and our water system, right? But I had told Joe, like, you have to buy these special hoses, food grade hoses that water can go in and into the tank so it can be safe, right? But one time the hose wasn't long enough. And we weren't open yet or anything. This was just for practice purposes. We were still like weeks and months ahead of like launching. And I told Joe, I was like, Joe, I'm just going to take out my normal hose that I rego el zacate. It's long enough and I'm going to hook it up to the trailer and we're going to get water in there. And me thinking, you know, he's a man. Like, men are more like, somos más.
Like, fuck it,
fuck it type vibe. I thought he was going to say, yeah, hook it up. We'll test it out with this hose for now. He was like, no, that's not safe. That's not like health, like whatever, safe. You have to either buy a bigger hose that's food grade or we'll go find somewhere where it reaches. And I'm like, Joe, it's freezing outside. It's cold and I need to test this out. He's like, nah, man, like, don't risk it. Like, so we did it. Weeks passed by. We go with I have my health inspection, right? Like, the head of the health inspection is going over my trailer. The top guy that gives you your permit for being, like, he should be like the healthiest person in the world, right? I'm about to take out my food grade hose and the firefighter's there because it was at a fire station. He's like, nah, just use the firefighters. And I'm like, but it's not food grade. And he's like, like, that water's not going to the food. Like, it's just for washing your hands. You'll be all right. And I'm like, okay. So I do what he says. And then so we run the inspection. I pass inspection, everything. And it's so funny that, like, he, you know, it didn't even turn out like, that's how careful it is. He is and passionate that, like, even the health inspector, like, Joe's better than the health inspector. You know?
Well, and it's also like, thank God that you got there and it was like, oh, well, you shouldn't have used a regular hose, you know? So it's like preventative. Más vale prevenir que lamentar. So it's like, thank God you got there. And he was like, oh, you can use regular water. It doesn't matter if it's not a food grade. Then if you wouldn't have used them, like, no, you have to use a food grade and now your place is contaminated. But
that was funny.
Yeah, he's very, I guess, like a rule follower, just like me.
When it comes to food. Everything else.
I wouldn't say so. But
anyways, guys, we want to thank you. Like, I know we're influencers and, like, you guys watch our videos and maybe you, like, feel attached to us in some way. You appreciate our content. But at the end of the day, we're still strangers, you know, because you see 20 minutes out of our day compiled from each day. So 5 minutes every day. You don't really know what type of person I am or Blanca is. But the fact that you guys still show us, like, I'm not saying I'm a serial killer at night, you know, like, that sounds dark. But, like, you guys still showed up, you know. Yeah. And then Blanca this morning is like, babe, did you see how many followers J&J has, or JJ's buns? And I was like, how many? It's like, we're at 3,000 and something. Mm-hmm. And just yesterday we were at 1,100. Mm-hmm. And it's like, it's just like, I'm literally speechless. Like, look at me. Like, I'm speechless because how do you show this stranger unconditional support like that? Yeah. Like, I don't know. That just blows my mind.
We're just very thankful, guys. And I feel like I've never I've never been the type that understands, like, I wouldn't say parasocial relationships, but sometimes when someone comes up to me and they have this huge reaction to meeting me, I feel really, really lucky and really blessed because, like Jonathan says, you guys don't know us personally to know exactly how we are. But I like to think that we put out exactly who we are on social media. But I see it and I'm like, I'm just a girl. Like, thank you for this reaction, but I'm really just a girl. And you guys never have to be shy or scared or anything to say hi to us, to take a picture, nothing. Because you guys made us who we are. You put us where we are. And I feel like this week I finally understood that because I'm like, wow, like all these influencers that I'm inspired by, I feel the exact same way. And I just feel so blessed that you guys feel like how I feel about them, about us. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so crazy to think about. And just thank you so much for ever showing up, for liking our stuff, for following, for commenting. Like, you guys don't have to do that, and you do. And we're just so thankful. We wouldn't be here without you. We say it every time we can. We sound like broken records at this point, but truly, thank you so much. And we're just excited to bring you guys on this journey. We have a grand opening coming. We're hopefully gonna get like a set in stone location where we'll put it on the Instagram, and that's where we'll be every single week. So you guys, if you want to be on this journey with us, go ahead and follow us on JJ's Buns and Drums. I am the social media marketer, so if you ever see anything on there, it's due to yours truly. But yeah, I think that's it for today's podcast. And we will see you guys next week.
Later.
Yay Media Group.